Hello, and thank you for joining me on another one of my adventure travel series videos. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dimitri, and I'm an American expat living in the Philippines. If you find this video entertaining, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And now sit back, relax, and enjoy as I take you on an exciting adventure of the Time-Lapse Traveler. Hello and welcome to the second episode from the Cuban series, when Khrys and I, along with our friends Igor, Angela, Marife, and Paul, all made a trip to explore a number of different cities around Cuba, a tropical island nation located in the Caribbean, just 90 nautical miles, or less than 150 kilometers away from Florida's southernmost island of Key West. In the first episode, I showed only the general overview of just a few of our experiences that we had while touring this beautiful country, with its friendly and warm-hearted locals. Due to a history of geopolitical conflicts, a repressed country that is still sadly being kept in the past, a topic that I plan to discuss at some length in the eventual conclusion of this series. In the meantime though, I wanted to share some other aspects of the places we went to and the people we met along the way. Cuba is predominantly a Catholic nation and was visited by Pope John Paul II in 1998. The Pope, in his message to the Cuban people, said that, quote, "Each person enjoying freedom of expression and enjoying appropriate freedom of association will be able to cooperate effectively in the pursuit of the common good," end quote. The Pontiff also said that true freedom, quote, "includes the recognition of human rights and social justice," end quote. Just like the Philippines, the Catholic traditions here stem from the Spanish cultural heritage. It's evident by all the Catholic churches throughout each of the cities that we visited, and we also went inside some of them to pay our respects and to marvel at the beauty within. The most unforgettable experience we had while exploring the city of Santa Clara was when Khrys and I visited a grade school to share a bag of candy that we brought with us from New York. Of course, that all goes squarely against the old rule that kids shouldn't accept candy from strangers. Khrys, however, was able to put her diplomatic skills to use and convince the people running the school that we didn't have any nefarious intentions. Wait, did anyone else hear that? Well, anyway, we were welcomed into the school where we had the first-hand impression of the conditions there. Even when the teachers were clearly very receptive of our offerings, the kids didn't start accepting the candy themselves until the teachers joined in passing them around. Back when I lived in New York City, a part of my responsibilities at the computer services company where I worked, at least for the first 10 years there, was visiting some of the 1,700 schools that my company was contracted to service. So I was very accustomed to coming into the classrooms where students had their lessons. This school seemed to lack any computers at all, and it was the first time that I had seen a green blackboard in many years, since all the public schools in New York City have new smart boards with a short throw projector that covers the entirety of the whiteboard region with a sharp interactive image. It was great to see the many smiling children's faces, but at the same time, we couldn't help but be puzzled that overall they seemed much more expressionless than a group of kids would typically be when visited by tourists giving out treats. An extreme contrast to that can be seen when I found myself surrounded by a large group of kids when walking through the streets of Intramuros in Metro Manila. The link to that video is in the top right-hand corner of the screen you're seeing now. In any case, it was a really unforgettable experience that had me smiling from ear to ear. Since it was a small school and we had a very sizable bag of lollipops and other simple candy pieces, by the time we were ready to leave, we still had so many left that we figured we would not be able to finish giving them away by the time that we were done with our trip to Cuba. So we ended up giving a bunch to the teachers as well, and they seemed really happy for that. I've always appreciated the ability to make at least a small gesture of kindness that has at least some potential of leaving a lasting positive impression on young minds. Coming upon that school was certainly the most unique and unforgettable part of our street walking tour in Havana, but simply exploring the different neighborhoods on foot, as well as from the comfort of our van, was very rewarding in its own right. This was how we got to see some of the less touristy places, and instead witness an average daily hustle and bustle of normal life. One common trend is seeing a lot of broken pavement, because there aren't very many cars in the roads, however, so at least there was not much traffic, as you can see from the images here. What was honestly more than a little off-putting was seeing on more than one occasion someone carrying a large frosting-covered cake, totally out in the open and vulnerable to dust and other pollutants that you would expect to be kicked up by pedestrians, cars, motorcycles, and trucks, some of which are more than 60 years old and are smoking chimneys on wheels. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this second episode of the Cuban trip. In my upcoming episodes, you will see a National Historic Museum and discover a network of spooky tunnels used in the defense of Havana against a feared American invasion. You will also see a home of the famous novelist and close friend of Fidel Castro, Ernest Hemingway, and see the surprising resemblance that I apparently have with him. There will also be a fun and exciting New Year celebration, and you'll see some of the restaurants that we visited along the way. There will be parties and dancing and other really fun times to be had throughout the duration of this long-awaited series. Cuba really is a fascinating country with a rich history and colorful culture, and you'll learn more about that as well as the very unique monetary policy that this country had at the time when this was filmed. If you did like this video, then please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click on the bell icon to be notified of my upcoming videos. Always take care of yourselves and each other, and of course, keep looking out for more videos coming at you from the Time-Lapse Traveler.